Hello, friends. I'm the Wolfman, Dale Wolfley, and this is the Wolfman's Call replay. That's right. If you missed any of the shows Monday through Thursday this past week at 3 o'clock, you missed some good guests. No, you missed some great guests, including me. Last week we had Frank Fear, author of the book Band of Brothers, Then and Now, talking about the 66 to 70 Mountaineers. Just tales. He gives us tales every week. And then, of course, Bo Orlando, 1988 team captain and 10-year NFL vet, stopped by to give us some wisdom. I love that he's back at Berwick there. And the Big 33 game, he's honorary chairman. And, of course, Tommy Robsock, another NFL vet and Mountaineer. Well, his son Anthony's being recruited by Power 5 schools, and he gives us an insight what it's like, what's going on, what's the strategies, what's the facilities like. And then Aaron Beasley stopped by to talk about being nominated for the National Football Foundation College Football Hall of Fame. That's right, Big Bees, Killer Bees. And, of course, at our Football Brother celebration, we talked to Major Harris and Darryl Talley. Talk about Darryl Talley, who also needs to be in the Hall of Fame, but in the NFL. He's already in the College Football Hall of Fame. And Darryl Prue, WVU Basketball Hall of Fame, talking about Bob Huggins and transfer portal and the good job that they did this offseason already. And last but not least, we talked to Jay Paterno, former coach at Penn State for 17 years under his father, Coach Joe Paterno. He knows Penn State football better than anyone else, and he gives us a breakdown. He also talks about name, image, likeness. He's on the Penn State Board of Trustees. And, of course, he talks about college realignment, and we get after it, man. I'll tell you what, you missed some great stuff, but here are a couple of highlights from it. Hope you enjoy it. Go back and watch it. It's all stored, man. It's on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Roll it. Makes you kind of want to get groovy, right? Kind of intro music. Tell me if this is a game or a name. And let's make sure that it's not like this when I say, okay, question of the week. And this is basically what I've gotten for this is, what's the question of the week? Well, the question of the week is WVU football winning the transfer portal war? We know that basketball is, but is football? Well, and this is what I get. You hear that? Know that this team was going to be special. Beto Cook knew it in the summertime, but did you know it?
You know, we had 28 fifth-year seniors, and back then, I mean, it was, you know, ethnicity, no black, white. I mean, we were all real close. I mean, we, you know, CT, Willie Edwards, like we were just really, really close off the field too. And we always, you know, we got along, and that was pretty rare to have 28 fifth-year seniors. So, you know, we knew we were pretty good when we were coming through, and we used to scrimmage, the, I guess the varsity at that time was really no JV varsity, but the upperclassmen, and those guys knew that there was a tide changing, and we had some really good athletes, and we were destined to be pretty good. So we didn't know, you know, national championship wise, but we knew we had a chance to go undefeated and be pretty damn good.
And this week, what do you have for us that you want to talk about from the book, The Band of Brothers, Then and Now, The Boys of the Mountaineers from 1966 to 70?
Here's the book.
All right, here you go. Thank you. I forgot my prop.
I was mentioning to you before we went on air, Wolfman, I was stimulated by something that came up last week when you guys were talking about your passion and always being upbeat. And I said to myself, okay, what's my passion? Well, one of the most important things in the Band of Brothers, other than talking about the guys, is history. I love football history.
A lot this spring with your son Anthony, and just tell us about him, and let's begin with that.
Well, you know, my kid is, you know, he's 17. He's going into his senior year at Central Dauphin High School. It's a big 6A school here in Harrisburg. And Anthony is, you know, I mean, it was a couple years ago when he would run to go get, you know, something in the yard. I'd have to turn away. You know, it was like a big puppy, you know, tripping on his own feet. But now he's kind of mature and he's grown into his body. He's every bit of 6'6". He's 285, and he's turned into a football player. We brainwashed him. I got to admit, I probably shouldn't do it, but I mean, we eat and breathe football. My family, my dad, my uncles, cousins, everybody played football. So he really didn't have a choice. Yeah, he's turned into a football player.
What is the names of those bucks in the background?
Oh, that's spaghetti and meatballs back there.
Spaghetti and meatballs. All right, Tommy Robsock, thanks for joining the Wolfman's Call. We love you, brother. We'll bring you back. Have a great day, dog.
Thanks, Wolf. Boom.
I love you, brother. Yeah. You know, where's Penn State at? Let's start off with the offense. I just read about Coach Franklin saying that he has an intentional way of the way they want to go about this summer workouts with the players that are going to be the key players. Let's start off with your offense.
Well, I think the biggest question is going to be quarterback. I mean, there's certainly Drew Allar came in with a lot of hype. He's a 5-star guy, you know, whatever that means. And I can tell you, as a guy who was a recruiting coordinator for a number of years and put together some really highly rated classes, sometimes you're, you know, when I left Penn State, the all-time leading receiver was a guy named Deion Butler, who was a walk-on, and who ended up getting drafted and played in the NFL. So, I mean, you know, those rankings, they mean something on February on signing day for all that. But, you know, it's a friend of mine raised hunting dogs for a long time, and he'd say, Jay, you know, you can have the best dog with the best pedigree and everything, but until you take him out and shoot the gun and get a rabbit, you don't know what you got. Because sometimes some dogs, when the gun goes off, they hide behind your leg, and others go chasing the rabbit. So it's going to come down to see what Drew Allar does in terms of chasing the rabbits when the gun goes off Saturday night in September when West Virginia's at Penn State.
Very humble guy. I've known you for a long time. You are a great mountaineer, brother. You're a brother, man. And let me ask you this. You Darryl, Talley, do you believe you should be in the NFL Hall of Fame?
Yes. I believe that my numbers warrant me being there. I believe that I've played hard enough against some of the best talent ever. I believe that I've answered the bell when I was called upon. I mean, yeah, I think I deserve to be in there.
Man, you're seeing the Mountaineer team now. It's a different time. Name, image, likeness, different time. It's the whole thing's transfer portal. What's your take on college football right now?
You know, when we play, you know, they talking about it, you know, it's a big business. But now you really get to see it as that, you know what I mean?
Right.
For what's going on. And it's wild because you'd be like, man, it's a lot of money involved in this, you know what I mean?
How much money you think you lost out on?
You know, I don't know. You know, well, not, you know, everybody. It ain't just one player. Everybody that lost out on.
I like the way you're talking.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What would have been your product there? We know you would have made a lot of money. What would have been your product that you endorsed in 1988? What would have been yours?
Man, I don't even know. Even know.
I know, it would be gray sweats.
With the crime rate that's going on down there, I feel like a lot of things are being put into these programs, and it's like we're just burning money instead of putting a tangible place where kids can go, where kids have internet, after school study halls, training. Esports, just place where kids can go, because the worst time for kids is from 3 to 12. That's when there's no access to programming that we could keep kids off the street. And that's kind of where I came up. That's how I came up. I mean, every day I was at the community center. I'd had football practice and go play basketball for 3 more hours, or cross country, go run 5 to 6 miles and then go play basketball for 2 or 3 more hours. It was like, that was our place to come together. We go play pool, we keep competing. And I feel like that's just, to me, that's a necessity in every town right now, you know, because sports takes out the racism, the religion, the gender. It takes all of that out, and it's all about the pride in your team. I feel like if each town does this, it becomes a community pride thing instead of some other pride.
I promise you, man, we're going to do some basketball. They say, Bob Huggins basketball. I got Mountaineer, hardcore legend, star. He was a star of the show. Okay, I thought I was, but no, I clearly came in like number 5. There's only 4 people usually on this show, and I was number 5. But again, let's see, Darryl Prue, what is up, my man?
What's up, Big Dale? How you doing?
Oh, just like magic, baby. Right there, and there you are.
Like what I heard.
I mean, you got to dig this, right?
Yes.
All right, hey, let's go back a little bit. What do you think of the show?
I love the show. I mean, I was looking forward to it every week. People were calling me. They was watching the show. They loved the show. I loved it. I love how, everybody was able to put their, opinions on it and pretty much was saying the same thing. So, then like sometimes some of the things we said showed up in the game, you know what I mean? So it kind of worked out when we knew what we were talking about a little bit, even though we're not there at practice every day.
Jesse Edwards. He's 6'11", 230. He's a center. Now, I can't remember Hugs having too many centers being 6'11" or 7-footers.
Well, from what we didn't have last year, we didn't have a shot block. We didn't have a rim protector. And he's that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You have him and Mohammed. So you have 2 6'11" guys right there. That's a lot of height. And Big O coming off the bench. So we got a lot of athleticism now at that position.
God bless you, brother. Go see your daughter track, man. I kept you up long enough out of it. So.
All right, my man, Wolf. Love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Always a pleasure. Killer Bees, baby. Aaron Beasley.
All right, well, talk to you, bro.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
No doubt, Wolf. Anything for you, man.